Hi, everybody. I was just saying hello on the YouTube app. We are live. We are live on YouTube. Sorry, I've got a tickle in my throat. We're live on YouTube. Sorry, guys. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook, on my personal page, and on my Yoga with Melissa page. So welcome, everybody. Please say hello, and we will say hello to you. I'm sorry, I've got a tickle.
Do you want a moment?
I need a moment. So it's great to be with you all this morning. Sorry about my cough. Sorry about my tickles. You know how sometimes when you first talk in the morning, you get that tickle in your voice? That's what's happening to me. So I'm really grateful to be with all of you today. So hello, Missy. Hello, Erica. Hello, Axel. Hello, Lena. Hello, Tanya. It's nice to see you all, and nice to see you all saying hello to each other as well. Hello, Donna. Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you, guys. It's just, you know, sometimes when you first talk in the morning, you get that little, your voice isn't warmed up, I think. That's what's happening. So I'll just drink some tea and warm my voice up by saying hello to all of you. Good thing it's a minimal cues class today. I don't have to talk, so I should be fine once we get started. So nice to see everybody here this morning. Hello, Kamala. Lots of you. Hello, Allison Cooper. Good to see you as well. Hello, Pascal. Oh, Pascal's teaching right now, so she's going to catch the recording. This will be recorded. Jessica says she's a beginner. So yeah, this is going to be a minimal cues class. I've never taught a minimal cues class. So what that means is that there's going to be no directions. It means that it really does require that you have some knowledge of the poses, how to get into them, the principles of yin, how to modify. So maybe if you're a beginner, it's probably a good idea to go and do a beginner yin class, Jessica. There's maybe Tim can go find the beginner yin classes for you and link to them on the class Can you go and find the beginner yin class and link to it? Because Jessica says she's a beginner, so good luck to me. So this really isn't appropriate for beginners because there's not going to be any instruction. So Tim will find the beginner yin class on the channel and link it for you so you can do that, because that's going to be better for you because there is going to be no instruction. So it's really not appropriate for beginners. But really great to see you here, and I would love to practice with you live again. Hello, Jane. Hello, Cheryl. I'm really glad that you made it to the live as well. It's great to have you with us. And everybody's just saying hello to each other. And once Tim has this link for Jessica, then I'm sure we'll say hello to the people that are joining us on Facebook and as well. So, hi, Laura on Facebook. So we are live streaming to YouTube and Facebook, my personal page, and as well as my Yoga with Melissa page today. So live streaming to multiple places today. So that's kind of exciting. Viviana just joined us. So welcome, Viviana. And I see that Tim put that link there in the chat box. So that's just, if you're a beginner, that's going to be a much better choice for you today. We'd love to connect with you, and we can connect with you in the chat. And I'm really grateful that you're practicing yoga with us. I see Ivy's here as well. Welcome, Ivy. It's great that you could join us. Yeah. So.
What we're going to do, you're going to do a countdown for the recording?
Is it time to record already? Oh, we've got about 3 minutes and we'll be starting the actual class. So for the class, you're going to need a bolster. If you like an eye pillow, that's always a nice prop. You might want a blanket to pull up over top of you, some blocks, and a blanket. There's going to be a seated forward fold, so that can be a nice prop, or those rectangle bricks are quite nice for that as well. You might want a strap. And Hannah's here for a live class. And Missy's doing this on our lunch break. That's a great way to spend your lunch break. Mark's here as well. Sally's here as well. It's great to have everybody joining us for the live stream today. CBAS Chuck is here from Manitou Beach. Yeah, let us know where you're connecting from today. Let us know what, it's always nice to kind of hear how the weather is where you are too. So in Victoria today, it's a beautiful blue sky day today. It's cold, it is cold. I don't know about you guys, but winter is hanging on. I mean, we're almost in March. And here, often February can be spring, because February is my birthday month. My birthday's long past now. It's the beginning of February, and usually the cherry blossoms are all out, and the cherry blossoms are coming out here right now, but it's like, it's quite, like we're afraid for them that they're not going to last because it's been so cold. It's been such a wintry month. Like we had such a mild winter all the way up until February, and then February we got hit really hard with winter here. Now winter here is very mild anyway, but we did have we had a snowstorm here with a foot of snow, as a lot of people had through the US as well. So yeah, it's just been a strange month, and winter's really holding its grip, and we're looking forward to spring, as I'm sure all of you are. So okay, so Donna says she needs this after the workday she's had. I feel like we need yoga more than ever. I feel like I say that every day. I need this after the sleep I've had. I need this after the year we've had. I need this after the week I've had. So I'm with you, Donna. Stephanie says, hi from Texas. It's cloudy and rainy. Carrie says, hi from Truckee, California. The sun is shining in Scotland for once. Sally's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Sue's from Portville, California. It's spring and 69. Yay. Simone is from Germany, where the springy weather is showing up. Oh, I'm glad some of you are getting some spring. Mark is from Portland, Oregon, and he is also tired of the cool, rainy weather. Yeah, so we're all in that Pacific Northwest. And yes, it's this time of year where we're like, okay, enough of the cold and rain. Cher Lewis is in Vancouver, BC, so just across the pond from us. And the sun's out for her too. I'm so glad for that for you. In Scotland, this is full spring here. That's funny. And Ivy says it's very sunny and warm in New York, but they've got 3 feet of snow. Whew. And Allison said it's sunny in Ontario too. That's good. And Anya says in Sweden they're in the beginning of spring. That's nice. And Missy says in southern Indiana it's cold. In Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, it's on the cloudy side. Patty's here from Texas. And Carolyn's here from Wisconsin. Welcome. And it's sunny and warm in Belgrade. I'm glad. And it's beautiful and reasonably warm in Maryland. I'm loving these weather reports. It's just nice to hear how it is all over the world. Sandra is here for the first time since retiring. Congratulations. From teaching first grade. Well, that must be nice. In Buchanan, Michigan. Caroline says it's sunny in Wisconsin. It's warming up. That's nice. Wisconsin's a really cute town. Wisconsin's a cold state. Yeah. It's sunny in Rugby, England.
Still south of Manitoba.
Yeah, that's true. Jessica's from North Italy, and she's seeing flowers, so yay for spring, yes. Patty says it's overcast but warm. In Texas, we had a huge thunderstorm last night, and now a literal swamp out there. Oh my gosh. Tina's from Southern Illinois, and it's melting at Manitou Beach. Okay, that's great. Thank you for the weather report from all around the world. That's fun. Oh, hello, Ella from Finland. Okay, shall we get started? I'm going to turn off my YouTube app. I'll come back to you at the end of the class. I'm going to turn on my airplane mode on my phone so we don't get interrupted during the class, so the class will be silent. Our holds are all going to be 15 minutes. No, they're not. They're going to be 5 minutes. So I'm just setting my timer for that. And this is a minimal cues class.
And you don't get notification from Facebook on messages, so Laura just said it's warm in Pennsylvania.
Oh, and Laura says it's warm in Pennsylvania. So we just have one person on Facebook right now?
We have multiple Facebook pages. I can't see the other one.
Oh, okay.
One at a time.
Right, gotcha. Okay. So we're going to do a recording for later as well that won't have all of our wonderful chatting at the beginning and the end. It'll just have the video. So we're just getting queued up for that right now. Welcome to this 60-minute minimal cues yin yoga class to release the day. So in this class, there will be no instruction. You're going to need a bolster, blocks, eye pillow, and blanket. In this class, we assume that you have knowledge of the yin postures and the principles of yin. All the postures will be held for 5 minutes. So let's go ahead and start resting back for some centering. Okay, your next pose is Banana Asana. I'm going to open up the right side of your body first. Come back to the center. Allow yourself to receive the posture. And take Bananasana on the other side. come back to the center and feel the rebound. Our next pose is half reclined saddle or half reclined heroes. Option to take this on your belly if that's going to be too hard on your knees. So this is the modification. Slowly release this pose. And when you're ready, you can take it on the other side. Going to release this pose from your body and rest back to receive it. You're going to come into reclined twist now. Slowly come back to center. You can take reclined twist on the other side. Slowly come back to the center. Roll to your side. Your next pose is going to be caterpillar pose, which is seated forward fold. Okay, you're going to rest back for Shavasana now. can slowly invite some deeper breaths and movement into your body and transition to seated. True silence is rest of the mind. It is to the spirit what sleep is to the body, nourishment and refreshment. William Penn. So I want to acknowledge you for taking the time today to practice yin yoga in silence to release the day. So thanks so much for giving yourself a thumbs up for practicing yin yoga in silence today. If you have any friends that would enjoy this class, we'd love for you to share it with them. Thank you for subscribing to our channel, and put silence rests the mind in the comments. Silence rests the mind in the comments. And if you'd like my 10 days of yoga for highly sensitive people, then go to melissawest.com/HSP. And thanks so much for joining us today. I'm sending you much love from beautiful British Columbia. May your joy be as deep as our ocean. May you be as strong as our mountains and as rooted as the old growth trees in our forest. Om Shanti. Namaste. And I will stick around a bit for the people who are here live. If you have any questions or comments about your practice or practice in general, then I'm happy to field those as well. So let me just grab a drink of water and pull up my phone, turn off airplane mode again, and see. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here today. It was really lovely to practice live with you today. That's the first time that I taught a minimal cues class in all my almost 12 years of teaching on YouTube. So I'd love to hear how the minimal cues was for you. It's a very highly requested class. So you can let me know what the minimal cues was like for you, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you'd like more minimal cues classes. Erica says thanks. Kamala says silence rests the mind. Annette says it was very relaxing. Silence rests the mind. Donna says that was restful. Sandra says just yummy. Antonella says namaste. Lena says thanks, just what I needed. Simone says silence rests the mind. Sandra says silence truly rests the mind. She loved the minimal cues, and please do more of those. So yeah, it's something that is requested a lot. So if you guys like the minimal cues, we will do more minimal cues classes. That's not a problem. I'd love to know what it is that you liked about minimal cues. What was different for you about it? How it was different for your experience, how you feel different at the end of a minimal cues class from the way that I normally teach. So let's get into that a little bit. That would be helpful for me to know as a teacher how your experience was different in the minimal cues class, both during the class, what was different for you, positive and negative, and how you feel different at the end of a minimal cues class. If you could give me that feedback in the comments, that would be very useful for me as the teacher. Davey said, I enjoyed the minimal cues class. Allison found the minimal cues class very relaxing. Davey said, minimal cues class gave me time for introspection and breathing into my own body. The silence was restful to my neurological system, And I would love more minimal cues. Yeah, it is nice to have, we've had so much construction going on all around us, like road construction, actual literal building of things around us, that it is nice to have silence. It is so helpful for our nervous system. Sandra liked that she could go deeper within herself and be with what was arising. So yeah. Patty found the minimal cues more restful. Thank you, people are saying. Thank you, Antonella, it's very kind.
How did they like the new setup?
Tim's wondering how you like the new setup technologically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let us know.
yeah, let us know as well.
I mean, the ability to be able to live stream to Facebook is the important.
Yeah, we're doing it this way so that we can live stream to Facebook at the same time. Ivy wants to know why my left side is tighter than my dominant right side. She expected the opposite. That is a good question, Ivy. I would, the best way to do that, I mean, that is something that when I used to work as a yoga therapist, that would be a great thing to tune into your body and to really go into a deep meditation with that and really have a dialogue with the left side of your body and see what's happening there, and the right side of your body. And the right side of your body could talk to the left side of your body as well and see what's happening. So that could be a really beautiful introspection and contemplation to have with your body, because it sounds like that's something that is wanting more attention from yourself. So I would take some time and let that be part of your practice to dialogue with, for sure. Tanya found it very soothing. Valerie said amazing. Sandra said, I was able to focus on my body response to the pose rather than listening and wondering if I should do something different. Davy said interoception. Yeah, so that's interesting that without the cues that you're able to do the interoception rather than being cued into the interoception. So that's interesting. Allison said, I love your teachings, but I found the silence very peaceful, calming, and relaxing. Mark said, minimal cues are relaxing for the mind, meditative, and allows the mind to return to the body awareness on its own. I love that. I suspect, like, what I'm hearing here is that people have enough experience to be able to guide their own practice. So that's really cool. Linda said it was a lovely break for the mind. Jean said it was lovely left to be with my breath and rest inside myself. And I think this is Susan Sherbag, but I'm guessing. Said, with minimal cues, I was able to focus in and be more aware of my body's experience of the postures. And Valerie says it helps with introspection. Sandra says she loves the new setup, Tim.
Oh, thank you.
So here's some feedback for the other way. Coral says, minimal cues is fine, but I love the way you normally teach and the way that you giggle between poses and the poem and the chat. It's relaxing and fun and comforting to have that conversation too. So this is worth bringing up too. So for me, the way that I teach is something called trauma-informed or trauma-sensitive yoga. And the cueing that I normally give, like a class like this with minimal cues, is not trauma-informed because it doesn't give a lot of options and choices. And it could be very triggering for somebody to just be left alone for the entire class, not knowing that there are choices, not knowing that there are options, not being reminded of how long the pose is going to be. So for me, it's actually very edgy as a teacher to teach in this way because I know it can be very triggering for people. And let's face it, we're all living in a world where we're experiencing a lot of trauma at this point. That being said, my experience was that without all the cueing, yes, I can go deeper, but I also have to be in a place where I am not triggered. So I have to be regulated, I guess. Yeah, it's an interesting conundrum. But I think we have to be able to choose what we need at the time. Simone said, being together in silence was a heart-opening experience in community. Erica said, allowing me to stay with my own silence allowed my nervous system to relax, some spaces in the body to follow my silence too. Yeah, I would say that was my experience of the minimal cues as well. And there's something to be said for the power of holding space, which is a very important skill as well. So to come in and hold space, and all of you by practicing together, like the fact that it was a live class as well, meant that we were all holding space for each other, which I think Simone mentioned as well. So I think doing this as a live class was awesome because we were all holding that space and silence together. And I found that even when I felt I was drifting, I could just tune into the fact that we were practicing together. And I was held in that as well. So it wasn't just me holding the space for the silence as well. Tanya says it's looking awesome, Tim.
Thank you.
Susan said, I think this is Susan Sherbak. I was more able to surrender into the posture with less external input. And Linda said it was great to get a few extra camera angles, especially with the minimal cues. And Ivy said the lighting is good. I like the shots from all around Melissa. And Mark says, I feel less anxious than before class. I want to be left alone. Yeah. Ivy has a question about alignment practice. I'm not really sure what that means, Ivy, if you can expand on that more. Oh, in the community? I don't know. Alignment is our theme for March in the community. So we're speaking about coming into an inner alignment. We have several live classes around that theme. Sacred Pause at the beginning of the month, I think, is on the 8th. And then the third Sunday of the month, I'm going to be teaching a yin class around finding that inner alignment as well. Those will both have cues. Ocean Eye says, with no cues, I may fall asleep. Sandra said, you still managed to set a container for me to feel safe in the silence, even with no cues. But I agree, I would not choose this type of class always. Yeah, I think we have to check in with where we are on any given day and see what it is that we need. Like, I know there are days when I practice that I find instruction really dysregulating. I don't choose it, but then I choose to practice on my own in silence. Yeah, so and then there are days when I am so dysregulated that I need somebody else to guide me through the practice. So I think it's important to just be able to tune into what it is that we need on any given day. Oh, okay. Crystal, okay. Sorry, yeah, okay, I get that now. Okay. Oh, okay, so Ivy said this line thing up for me. And Coral says she agrees about it being live and holding space. Yeah, because it wasn't just one person holding space, we were all holding space together. So thank you so much for that discussion about minimal cues classes. They're extraordinarily popular on YouTube and they're highly requested. But I think it's important to have that conversation about what it means to be in a minimal cues class, what it means for a class to be trauma-informed or trauma-sensitive, and why I teach the way I do, and also to look at why we would do a class a certain way and why we might not do a class a certain way, and to be mindful of the choices that we're making. And like Sandra said there at the end too, that yes, I was still intentionally holding a container even though there wasn't queuing. That was very intentional. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. It was a delight to practice together today and to try the style of minimal cues. That was very positive feedback. We'll see what the views and feedback are like on the recording as well. And if that continues to be positive, then we'll potentially film more classes like this for YouTube, and maybe in the membership too. We'll see what our members are. If our members are wanting this kind of thing as well, we'll see if there are member requests for a class like this as well. Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of your evening and day. Namaste.